Hey everybody, today it is the opening day of the trout fishing season in Newfoundland Labrador. It's February 1st, 2023. We're going to try and catch a couple of trout here today for supper. Myself and one of my buddies, Sean Vickers, are here. We're going to get a fire going first before we head out on the ice. A cup of tea is always just as important as the whole ice fishing thing. I actually find ice fishing a little bit boring, but it's a good excuse to get out, and a meal of fish is always nice. This year it's been a little bit tough. The weather hasn't been too cold, but last few nights has been super cold with the temperatures dropping. So I have my balaclava on. I'm going to take it off now while I light the fire, but then we're going to go out and put a couple of lines out and see what we can catch. Got my good ice fishing lines here. There's a little bit of firewood left around here. This is the it's a pretty common location. There's not a lot of fish here, but it's pretty close to town. So we're here for the fishing today, and I wanted to get the fire going quick, so I brought the fail-safe method of lighting a fire. I know I said in some of my other videos there's lots of survival bushcraft ways to light a fire, but when I'm out going fishing I like to make it convenient, and it's pretty cold here today, so I want to get it going pretty quick. So I brought a couple of supplies from the house. Fire starter works way better than the ferro rods. A little bit of pond water here makes for an awesome cup of tea. Fire's not quite ready, not quite ready for the kettle here yet, but it won't be long. Get her. There we go. So I got all that ready now. We get Sean in here into the picture to get a cup of tea with me. I'm a little bit ratted today. I made a whole bunch of moose jerky about a week or so ago, and I friggin' left it home. But anyway, I got a thermos of soup there. I'll have that by and by after we get a couple of fish. Anyway, we're going to get a cup of tea now. He's going to get in front of the camera. This is my buddy Sean Vickers. I work with him. So we're going to see if we can get a few fish now after I have my cup of coffee, because that's most important. Ice fishing is just a pain in the hole, to be honest with you. What do you think, Sean? We're going to get any fish today?
I don't know. I don't think it's the right wind for this pond, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that happens. But lads, you want a cup of coffee?
Yeah, sure.
I started using them in the woods. I used to carry all kinds of different shit. Even home now, do away with the curry. When I'm using our Tassamore or whatever, yeah. I use them, man. I fucking like them. They're just as cheap.
Yeah.
They're cheaper, actually. Insta Starbucks packs. Way easier. Easiest thing to use in the woods for coffee. Individual servings, no packing around. We're doing good today. I haven't burned myself or cut my finger yet. That's a bonus. Anyways, we just had a cup of coffee now, so I'm going to get ready and go out on the ice and set up my tip-ups. I'm going to show you these before I go out. So these are my self-created tip-up that I use here. We just use a little bit of worm. Find my hook here. So this is a pretty straightforward. I've got a fancier one that I actually have a reel on, but with this one here, I just pack it in my bag. So I got a little stick on the bottom here that'll keep it from going down in a hole. And you just run your line through the trigger right here. And then all you do when you get it on the ice is you just set your flag like such. I love these. Best tip up you'll ever use. Fish bites and you know it was on. And that way if he's just nibbling at it, your flag stays up so you know you had some action. So I'm going to go out now and set up a couple of these and see how it goes. Holy shit, I got to put together. It's a bit cold out today, so you need a balaclava on just to stay warm. We're going to go out now and give her a go. a little bit cold here today, so we get the balaclavas and stuff on. I got one line set up there now, and I'm going to mosey out now a little bit further, and I'm going to set up another line. Get the throw rope, Sean! So everybody, in case you haven't figured it out already, I just staged that falling through the ice. All out of breath. Believe it or not, it is hard work getting up on the ice when you break through. But early in the season, hang on, I just stopped that. I gotta get my wrong breath. Yep. There, I had to take a little break and catch my breath. I wanted to do an ice safety demonstration, just to let people know what to do should you ever fall into the ice. And as well, at the end of this video, I'll just talk about how to avoid that actually happening. But even when you're the best prepared, accidents do happen. So today, myself and the guy behind me here, wave Sean, that's Sean Vickers. We're both career paid firefighters, members of our water rescue team for our local department. And as well, I'm also an instructor for that water rescue team. So underneath my coveralls, I'm wearing a water rescue floater suit. And as you can see behind me there, Sean has his on as well. So what we're going to do now is, now that you know this is a fake falling through the ice, so what we're going to do now is we're actually just going to go through a couple of rescue techniques that you can use should you ever fall in the water by yourself. So the three techniques, the first one is going to be just self-rescue with no tools, where you would lie as flat as you can, kick yourself up onto the ice and roll away from the hole. That's the one that you saw me do there just a minute ago. The second is going to be ice picks, which if you're traveling on the ice, you should have. These have little spikes on them that you can dig in and pull yourself out. They give you a bit of grip when you can't get a hold of the ice. And the final method is going to be a throw rope and a partner. And I'm going to show you how to hang on to that rope if your hands are froze and you can't grasp the rope. I will advise you, if you're using a throw rope, that you have to be careful not to get too close to the soft edge of the ice. You don't want to end up in the water, because a rescuer in the water is no good to anybody. So you really want to make sure that you don't go past where the ice is safe, and that's a judgment call you're going to have to make in the case of a rescue. But self-rescue is ultimately the best and safest way for you and your buddy should you end up in the water. So we're going to get in now. I don't know if Sean wants to go in. Maybe Sean will go in, and I'll just kind of commentary what he's doing there. So we're going to work our way to the edge of the hole now. What do you think, Sean? Good for fishing?
Not here, it's not.
So I'm getting pretty soft here. Now if you look, so he's in the water now. You can see the ice balling before he went in. So I'm going to stay back here and try and get some footage. So right now, Sean is going to kick with his feet as much as he can. And he's going to lie flat on the ice with his arms. He's going to kick himself up onto the ice. When he gets up where the ice is solid, he's going to stay flat and do a roll, like a log roll, away from the edge of the ice. Now he's going to roll. He's up on the ice. He's going to start rolling. Keep rolling, keep rolling. He's going to roll away from the edge of the ice. Keep going. Now he's going to crawl back to safe. He's going to crawl back to safety. So stay flat and crawl back to safety. There you go. And you would stay flat until you get back to safe ground. That hard work or what?
It's a workout.
So the next one we're going to do is I'm going to give Sean the ice picks, which he'll have around his neck. There's numerous kinds of ice picks that are available. I like ones that kind of store together. You can lock them around your neck, but I will mention that having those ice picks in your backpack will not do you any good. If you're skidooing, you'll see a lot of guys with them tied to the handlebars on their machines. That also is going to do you no good. They should be around your neck in a place that's not dangerous and going to choke yourself, but they should be easily accessible. So if you're in the water, you can use them. So Sean is going to get in now. Basically the same technique, except the ice picks will give him a grip to get up. kind of difficult here. We're both breaking through the ice here on a regular basis, so it's kind of hard. The ice is pretty soft. So he's digging the ice picks in, and that gives him the ability to drag himself up the ice, and it's not as necessary to use your legs. Then once he gets clear, he'll do the same log roll and crawl back to shore. Nice job, Sean. So this here is a flotation throw rope. This one's looks like 50 feet. Comes in a bag. So to use this rope, you just open the bag up. You have to, I would have, if I was out somewhere, I would have this already open so it's easily accessible. Same as your ice picks, make sure it's accessible. All you do with this rope is you hold on to one end, and when you want to throw the rope, when you want to rescue your buddy, you throw the rope. Your buddy hangs on to it and you pull him in. This should ultimately be used from shore because you don't want to be out on the ice with your buddy. You pull the rope in. So I'm pulling the rope in there. So these bags, if you have to do it the second time, if you miss throwing the rope, if you have to do it the second time, you don't need to reload the rope into the bag. The bag itself, you can just fill it up with a little bit of water. Some guys say they put pieces of ice or rocks in it, but the guy you're throwing it to is not going to appreciate that. Water works pretty good. You can throw that rope. If you're stood up, you can throw that 50 feet no problem, with a little bit of practice. It's like anything, I suggest you practice. So what we're going to do now is, this works great if your hands are not cold and you haven't been in the water for a while, and you can hang on to the rope so your buddy can pull you in. But what happens is, if you're in the water for any amount of time at all, your hands are going to get so cold you're not going to be able to hold that rope. I can guarantee it. Hypothermia will set in really quick. So there's a self-rescue technique that you can use, and I'm going to get Sean to throw me the rope here now. While I'm sitting here, I'll just say that this is a good time to remind everyone that if you do like our channel content, it would be awesome if you subscribe and hit the notification buttons. There's going to be a whole bunch more videos coming out. It's mostly outdoor stuff, but you'll see there's a few Maverick videos. But myself and Devlin are just having fun doing this, and we hope that you guys like it too. So back to the rescue now. Sean is going to throw me this rope. He's going to throw it over my head. Give the rope a throw. So I'm trying to hold on to this rope now, and I can't grasp it. I can't hold on to it. So Sean is going to pull on the rope. My hands are froze. So what you do is, this is a very simple technique. Put one arm underneath the rope, one arm over the rope, and you just wrap your hands around in a circle. Nothing fancy. Keep doing that, and then put your hands together like you're praying, because you're praying that someone is going to rescue you. You do this. This forms type of a handcuff knot over your hands, and you will not come off of this. So whoever's pulling on you will get you. I do want to make you aware that when you do this, you're not going to have much control over moving ice pans and that kind of thing. So you have to be careful that you don't end up going under the edge of the ice. This is a last resort, but if you're froze and can't move your hands, it's a tool that you'll have in your toolbox to use. So Sean is going to try and pull me in now and hold the camera at the same time, and you'll see just how much this strain. He's going to try and pull me in. He's trying to hold the camera here, so he's pulling and I'm doing nothing. As you can see, I'm getting closer to the camera. If Sean wants to put the camera in closer, you can see how this is on my hands. I'll just walk into the camera now and just show you. So by doing that twist with the rope, this is what happens. The rope goes over itself and you will not come out of this. So I'm just going to show you that up close now. It's very simple and it doesn't have to be pretty. So the rope is over my head there. One hand underneath the rope, one hand on top of the rope, and I'm just going to roll my hands around, and then I'm going to pray. Now he's going to pull, and right there you can see that's not coming undone. So he can pull me ashore. That's how you're going to get yourself out of the ice. Other than that, I don't have much to add. Just stay tuned to the end now. When I get back to the house, I'm going to put up a little graphic with the ice safety thicknesses that are recommended by a couple of professional organizations. I'm going to take a shot and say the Canadian Red Cross is one of the ones that I use. Let those guys do it rather than me. It's kind of saying. But it's the Canadian Red Cross or the US Ice Safety. I'll just post a graphic here at the end now and you'll see what they recommend for walking on ice, for group activities like skating, for snowmobiles, and for large vehicles. All those sicknesses are listed in the next graphic. So thanks for watching, everybody, and again, don't forget to smash that notification button and subscribe to our channel. Our subscriber appreciation giveaway is coming up soon. I've got a couple of great people that have jumped on board to help offer a couple of things, and this is going to be a contest that you are not going to want to miss. So stay tuned, everybody. Max Mountain Outfitters. Crazy, isn't it? Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Angling and Arrows. Today is the opening day of the winter ice... fuck. Try not to get the open water. Keep it this way a bit. No, I don't want you to get thrown up. Keep filming. And this is what you do not want to happen. This will probably make the fucking blooper reels. My rope just came untied from the bag. It's the first time that I've used it in a while. Yeah, shot. Tying a knot. I was just going to tie a granny knot, but if I do that, someone's going to say something to me. So right here, Sean is holding up this ice. I am just going to mention, about a month ago, just after Christmas, on a pond here, and I went out and checked the ice. There was already about 60 people on it, and I checked the ice and there was less than 3 inches. There were about 60 people out playing hockey in a large group who had not checked the ice. When I told them there was less than 3 inches, they were actually horrified. So just bear in mind that just because it looks safe doesn't mean that it is. That there is, what do you think, Sean, 2.5 inches?
Yeah, about that, about 2 inches, I'd say.
Yeah, probably 2 inches. So I've seen people playing on that. Not good.
Two of us can't stand up next to one another, so that gives you an idea without going through the ice. And like I say, we got almost 2 inches of ice here.
Awesome.